Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Katha continues with the next shloka. Tad paduke aviratam pare charante Jayantya bhadra nashane shuchayo grinante Vindanti te kamalana bhavapavargam Ashasate yadina ashisha ishananye Om namo bhagavate Vasudevaya. And he addresses Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Hey Kamalnabha, आपके चरण कमलों की पादुकाएं समस्त अमंगलों को नष्ट करने वाली. And he says to Bhagwan that charan paduka. Do we know what charan paduka is? Charan means feet, and paduka the shoes, right? The sandals. And in Bhagwan's case, it is what? Karam. You have seen karam? When we do Janir Sanskar, the boy would wear the karam. And so he says there's wonderful, something wonderful. Samasta amangalo, all that is unrighteous and inauspicious, nasht karne wala. That charan paduka, that karam that you wear, Bhagwan, it destroys all that is unrighteous, all that is inauspicious. Here he's talking, and I am thinking now, as he's talking about the Charan Paduka, there's only one other place that it is mentioned, and that goes to Ramcharitmanas. Who asked Bhagwan? Let us hear in the Chaupai together.
Sri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Ram,
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Prabhu kari kripa pawari dini, Prabhu kari kripa pawari dini, sadar bharat sisadhani, sadar bharat sisadhani. Shri Ram Jai Ram And because Bhagavan is so merciful and compassionate, that which is asked or requested by the devotee Bhagavan, what does he do? He complies, he grants. And he gave his karao. Was the karao on the feet of Bhagavan? It was not, because he was walking nange barefooted. And so he took his karao and he gave it to Bharat. Or Bharat ji ne unhe adar purvak, with the greatest of respect. Bharat ji ne, what did he do? Sir par dharan kar liya. He took the karao of Bhagwan with the greatest of respect. And he placed it on his head. Placed it on. Would you put somebody's shoes on top of your head? Would you? It's a good question. Bhagwan ji's shoes? Do you think you'll be able to get it? I don't know. We'll have to work towards that, right? We'll have to. And what after he reached Ayodhya, what did he do with it? Let's hear this doha here. Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram, Bolo Ram, Ram Ram. पूजत प्रभु पावनी, प्रीति न हृदय समानी, मागी मागी आयुषु राजकर बहु भाई because we have the mitti, we have the dirt that was on the mound of the Shri Ram Janambhoomi here at Hindu Center. No other mandir has it. And now if you want that same dirt, then you would have to be like a Superman Hanumanji, and you've got to lift the Ram Janambhoomi mandir, and then you can get some of that. So we have that in front. With all due respect, with the greatest of affection, we have that Janambhoomi, that dirt from there. We also have what? We also have the sand, the sand from Gangaji. We have it there. And right behind there is the Granth of Hindu Center. You know what the Granth is? Scripture. It is the Bhagavad Puran. Hindu Center has the Bhagavad Puran. And they say that the scripture of Bhagwan is equal to whom? To Bhagwan. Equal to Bhagwan is the Granth, is the scripture. And so that's why we've got to be reverential. So what did Bharatji do with the crown? He didn't just put it on the shelf. He didn't allow dust to accumulate. He set a beautiful place like you do for your altar. And there he would worship. He would worship the crown of Bhagwan as if Bhagwan was standing in his crown. He would do Bhagwanji's puja, put chandan, tika, put flower, put mala, he would do the arti, everything. And it is through the medium gaining consent. He's asking consent of the Charan Paduka of Bhagwan as he was fulfilling his duty in governing Ayodhya. This is how much dedicated. And what is so fantastic about the Charan Paduka of Bhagwan? Because Bhagwan wore them, and the dust from Bhagwan's feet, it fell on where? On the Charan Paduka. And so it is magical. It is magical. And this also reminds me of another devotee in Ramcharitmanas by the name of Ahilya. You all remember Ahilya? No? No? And so in this Parasat Pada Pavan, in this chant devotees, Parasat Pada Pavan Shokana Savan Pragat Bhai Tap Punj Sahi. Ram के पवित्र और शोक को नाश करने वाले चरणों. You hear about the feet of Bhagwan? It says here pavitra, purity. What is pure? Bhagwanji. Bhagwanji, or shoko nash, that which destroys unhappiness. What is that? It is not the whole body of Bhagwan, but it is the feet. What happened? चरणों का स्पर्श पाते ही सचमुच वह तपो मूर्ति अहिल्या प्रकट हो गई. The touch of Bhagwan's feet, how magical, how incredible, divine, how fantastic the feet of Bhagwan that it touched the stone. And it turned into a tapo murti, a form of austerity, of penance. How is that? Purified by the name of Ahilya Nari. Whatever dosh she may have had, all of that was cleansed through the medium of Bhagwan. These two devotees, Ahilya Nari and Bharatji, their hearts were overflowing with what? With love for whom? For the Prabhu. प्रेम जब अनंत हो गया, रोम रोम संत हो गया. When we allow love to manifest in our heart and we nurture it and we give it some miracle growth, it grows and grows and grows and it becomes plentiful. And when the devotee's love becomes plentiful and we offer that as prasad to Bhagwan, oh my God, that devotee, because of that beautiful, beautiful offering, that beautiful prasad, that individual becomes pious, becomes virtuous, becomes noble, becomes whole again. Prem jab anant ho gaya, rom rom sant ho gaya. Prem jab anant ho gaya, rom rom sant ho gaya. जहाँ देखता हूँ वहीं मेरे राम है, मन को मेरे मिल जाता सहज की भी राम है. द्वैत का जो अंत हो गया, द्वैत का जो अंत हो गया, रोम रोम संत हो गया, प्रेम जब नंद हो गया, रोम रोम संत हो गया, रोम रोम संत हो गया. As we continue the katha of Yudhishthir, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, it says, जो लोग ही से, जो लोग निरंतर उनकी सेवा, that individual who serves Bhagwan, who worships Bhagwan, ध्यान और स्तुति करते, that individual who meditates upon Bhagwan, who sings the glories of Bhagwan, who sings praises to Bhagwan, वास्तव में वे ही पवित्र आत्मा, that individual's soul becomes purified. Devotees, water and soap cleanses the body. Cleanse the body, but it does not touch the soul. What touches the soul? The good deeds, your dedication, your devotion, your love for Bhagwan, your love for Bhagwan. And there's a weird thing here, devotees, that I don't understand, because it was after this katha that Bhagwan ji, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he shared this incredible secretive gyan knowledge called, what is it called? Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 7 shloks of the song, the divine eloquence of Bhagwan, this Param Gyan he shared. And so why is it that it has already been registered in the mind of Yudhishthir? Because it came from chapter 9 verse 34. Man manabhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru sadaiva mera chintan karo mera bhakt bano meri puja karo अपने मन और शरीर को मुझे समर्पित करने से, हे भगवान says, think of me, love me, do my puja, worship me, surrender unto me. And this Yudhishthir has already figured out. He knows it without Bhagwan having shared it yet with Arjun. Why is that? Because he knows his Bhagwan. A devotee who allows love to develop in their heart, what happens? They become wise. Because their love creates an interest, a yearning, a wanting to know about that individual in whom they dedicate their love. They want to know more and more. So what happens? They become jnanis. They are so infatuated with their Bhagwan that they want to go to katha, they want to listen to his leela, they want to be in satsang, they want to read the scripture, they want to know more and more. And so this Yudhishthir ji, having fallen in love with Bhagwan, dedicated and devoted his heart to Bhagwan, he has learnt about his Bhagwan and he understands his Bhagwan. He understands what is important for his Bhagwan. We continue in this, the Upanishad, the Prashna Upanishad says to us, devotees, Vigyan Atma Saha Devaishya Sarvaihe Prana Bhutani Sampratishtanti Yatra Tadaksharam Vedyate Astu Somya Sasarvagya Sarvameva Vivesheti. The Prashna says that individual who knows his Bhagwan to be what? Imperishable. Bhagwan is imperishable. There is no end to Bhagwan. He is Sanatan. He is eternal. Omniscient. He is all-knowing, all-pervading. Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. There is not a place where Bhagwan is not found. Such an individual who has that comprehension, that understanding, what kind of individual? That is a wise individual who gains fulfillment through the blessings of Bhagwan. And so you've got to know your Bhagwan. You've got to know your Bhagwan. Yes, it's important to study academia, devotees. It is good to know about what is going around you, but it also is important to know about your Bhagwan, because Bhagwan will help you with all these other things and will help you fulfill your purpose in elevating your soul. Let us hear in this Chaupai, Bhagwan Tulsidas tells us about the importance of knowing Bhagwan Ji.
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जिमी वो रंग भी रजू परिचाए श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम यही जाने जग जाय धियाई यही जाने जग जाय धियाई जागे जटास परम ब्रह्म जाई श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. And here it is said, Goswami Ji tells us, he who does not know God, who does not know Bhagwan, fiction becomes reality. You do not know Bhagwan, fiction becomes reality. And that's what happened to son Goswami Tulsidas Ji. So infatuated, so much in love with his wife, Ratnavali he was, that he chased after her. In the most horrendous of weather, he chased after her. He got to his Maike, he got to the in-laws' home, and it was late night, all the doors, everything was closed up, and he wanted to make his way. He knew where her room was, and devotees, he decided only to get up there is through the window, and so he's going to climb up. And he's climbing now, thinking that he held on to a rope. And devotees, instead of holding on to a rope, it wasn't a rope, it was a snake. It was a snake. He is climbing up. And so when the wife saw that the husband had a rope and a snake in his hand, and he's thinking it's a rope, he's not even paying attention. So much caught up in this infatuation, this crazy love that he had for her, she was so upset and she rebuked him. And it's not easy for husbands when they get rebuked by their wife. Yeah. And she says, you're wasting. You see this body, it looks beautiful now, but as the years increase, it's not beautiful anymore. And this body will cease to be, oh my dear husband. Why are you wasting your love on me? It will not do anything for you, your material existence or beyond. It will not save your soul. Instead, turn, offer that love that you have for me to Bhagwan Shri Ram. It was that awakening. It was that awakening that was necessary to put him on the right path, devotees. Put him on the right path. And so too often we are so corrupted. Our mind has gotten so soiled with the fictional aspects of life that we cannot discern. We do not understand what reality is. But remember, the only reality there is is Bhagwan. And so one day Brahmaji from the heavens, he's looking down, devotees. Where is he looking? He's looking where Bhagwan Shri Krishna is. And there's the little boy, the cow herder, the son of Nandra and Yashodama. And what is he doing? He has taken the cows and he's in pasture and he has his friends and they're playing in all sorts of games and the cows are grazing. And so Brahma Bhagwan, for a moment he said, what is going on? That cannot be Bhagwan. That cannot be Lakshmi Narayan Bhagwan. And so what did he do? He took all the boys, all the goats, and he took all the cows and he placed them where? In a cave. He was hiding them. I want to know if this is God or not. He's testing Bhagwan. Do you test Bhagwan? I test him all the time. I run up my stairs because Bhagwanji's altar is in my loft. And I run up the stairs and I take a peek. As soon as we walk the top stair, I want to see what he's doing. Whatever time it may be, I want to see if Bhagwan is running around. I want to see if Bhagwan is busy having conversations. I want to see what my Bhagwan is doing. So I test my Bhagwan as well. So he wanted to test Bhagwan. And Bhagwan is Antaryami, he knows that. There's nothing to hide from Bhagwan. And so what happened? Bhagwan replicated. What did he replicate? The cows and the goats. And so there, where Bhagwanji was, it was just like nothing ever happened. Brahmaji, when he looked, he does not understand. I placed them in the cave, and why are they now still with Shri Krishna? And so after some time, he understood, realizing his folly, Brahmaji went and took absolute shelter, absolute shelter. He went and he sought refuge at the feet of Bhagwan. Bhagwan, I did not realize. I too got caught up in your Maya. I did not understand and appreciate the creator of the entire world, caught in the Leela of Bhagwan devotees. Who are we? When we say we are confused, then it's okay. There's nothing wrong about being confused. If Brahmaji was so confused, it's okay. It's okay. Lean on Bhagwan a little bit more and seek refuge like Brahmaji. This is the example. That is why we listen to Katha, to find examples, to understand and appreciate what we ought to do as well. And so Brahmaji went and sought refuge at the feet. Yudhishthir had total faith in his Bhagwan. There is no shaking that. There is no shaking that. Asra is jahaka mile na mile, mujhko tera sahara sada chahiye. Asra is jahaka mile na mile, mujhko tera sahara sada chahiye. I might not find a level of support, I may need more, but in this world that I live in, my siblings, my spouse, those around me can only do as much as they can, but they are all limited. And that is why I have never given up on my Bhagwan. I have faith in Bhagwan. I have total confidence. I know that my Bhagwan can do whatever. He creates miracles. He makes beautiful things happen. That is why I turn to my Bhagwan for support. चांद तारे गगन में दिखे ना दिखे, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए. आसरा इस जहां का मिले ना मिले, मुझको तेरा सहारा सदा चाहिए. आसरा इस जहां का मिले ना मिले, मुझको तेरा सहारा सदा चाहिए. And so he's leaning heavily on Bhagwan. And you know, there's a saying, don't trust man. Don't trust man. Not because of any negative thought, because as I said, he is limited. But then there are some of us who are not as strong, who are not as determined, and in some cases, they will even abandon their own brother. They will even abandon their own brother. I always talk about this sign at the bodega at 139th Street and 90th Avenue in Jamaica, Queens. It says, in God we trust, all others must pay what? Cash. In God we trust, all others must pay cash. And so, Bhagwan is hearing the prayers. Bhagwan is hearing the prayers of whom? Dharmaraj, Yudhishthir. Who is that? The eldest brother of Arjuna. You've heard of Arjuna, no? Yes? You're so serious. Should I stop now? Yeah? Okay. So let us hear. Bhagwan listens to our prayers. And he listens and he digests and he analyzes and he thinks, how best can I be of help to this devotee of mine? And he says, Bhagwan, Shri Bhagwan Vacha, Samyak Vyavasitam Rajan, Bhavata Shatru Karshana, Kalyanyena te kirtir, Lokan no bhavishyate, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने कहा शत्रु विजयी धर्मराज, शत्रु विजयी, that individual धर्मराज who is victorious against whom? His shatru, his enemies. There are two kinds of enemies, but the one that is most important to you and I is the enemy that is within us. The vices that we have gathered, that we have embraced, that we have made part of our being. All the negative aspect of ourselves that we have cherished for so long, that has become an anchor to our existence, We should be concerned more about that than anything else. We should try to be victorious as we reduce the vices or the pollutants within ourselves, and not be bothered too much about outside. And so this is how Bhagavan addresses him. Aapka nishtay bahut hi uttam hai. Your wish, your desire is excellent. Imagine that. When you come to Bhagavan, your prayer, your wish, that Bhagavan said, what a wonderful. And he says that राजसूय यज्ञ करने से समस्त लोकों में आपकी मंगलमयी कीर्ति का विस्तार होगा. In the performance of your yajna, the Rajasuya yajna, mangalmayi, there will be righteousness, kirti ka vistar, and all your fame, all your reputation, all your goodness will spread. And so, my dear Yudhishthira, your thought is noble. Your desire performing this yajna, it is fantastic. You will become the emperor. You become the Chakravarti. You become the king of kings. Man only succeeds, devotees, with the nod of Bhagwanji, with the grace, with the blessings of Bhagwan. It is said that there is no one in this world who can expect to overcome my devotee. Bhagavan is saying, no one in this world can overcome my devotee by means of his strength, his intellect, his splendor, or any other powers that they may have. Because I will always have the back of my devotee. I will always stand with my devotee. I will be that umbrella of protection. I will be there for my devotee. I will always be there for my devotee. Let us hear in this Chaupai here. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sunu muni to hi kahu saharosa. My praises, that individual who worships me, that individual who seeks refuge in my feet, I will protect that individual. Like whom? Like a mom protecting a child. Like whom? Like a mom protecting a child. Have you ever seen a little individual, a little woman protecting by lifting a car, devotees? Incredible. The power, the Shakti. Where they get it, I don't know, but there is not a thing that a mom will not do to rescue her child. And so this yajna that Yudhishthira wants to do, what is a yajna? So I looked up a definition. You know, when you're stumped on a vocabulary, what you got to do? You got to get the Webster dictionary. I don't think anybody has that anymore, right? So they go to Mr. Google. So Mr. Google says a yajna or yajna means an act of devotion. Devotion, that is Pandit Vivek's son. So he brought his son to sabotage my katha tonight. Namo Vedangad, you continue singing, son. Beautiful, beautiful. So an act of devotion, worship, or sacrifice for the purpose of invoking Bhagwanji's blessings. Seek spiritual growth, purify oneself, and fulfill desires. And so last night, there was one individual who sat for puja here, and after the puja was finished, I asked, did you enjoy the celebration? And she said she was very happy. She was very happy. And I too was very happy to hear that. Sis, were you happy? Sis was happy as well. And it's good when someone comes and they do all these things I've given you as a definition, and at the end, they're happy. My dad told me years ago when I was young, much younger that is, I should say. I became a pundit when I was 18 years old, and that's because my brother became a pundit first, and I thought I was supposed to be the pundit first, so I don't know what that was. But my dad always said that at the end of the puja, if the puja was 1 hour or 5 hours, if the judgment is not happy, then you have failed. You have failed. Because the job of the pundit is to lead the judgment in worship, ensuring that the heart and the mind is at peace, and they feel happy that they have brought completeness to their what? To their desire. Their desire devotees.